Greetings from Sandeep Sir's Doon Defence Academy, Dehradun. During SSB mentoring classes at this academy, a lot of questions touch upon the geopolitics, its significance and impact on the Indian conditions. Before we understand the geopolitics, one has to understand the basic metrics by which we start evaluating the impact on our country and the global impact of various events that are taking place all over the world. Starting from our own country first, you must have heard a lot in various forums that India faces, as far as security is concerned, 2.5 front war threat. Now in this 2.5, it's very obvious. One is Pakistan, another is China, and 0.5 is the internal troublemakers who will stand up at the right time and the opportune moment to damage the country internally, while the external forces are being dealt with by our armed forces and paramilitary forces. So we take into consideration this 2.5 front threat. So far we used to think so. Latest addition could be Bangladesh, it becomes 3.5, could be USA, it becomes 4.5, could be Turkey, it becomes 5.5. So the geopolitics now span all over the world, which impact our own internal security as well as internal security, which also impacts our economy, which impacts our technological progress, and which also impacts our environment and the consequences of a damaged environment as well. So to start understanding geopolitics, we have to start with the very basic. As we know that events occur because of the politics. So shall we understand politics, or shall we now focus on Raj Dharma as far as country is concerned in the overall definition of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam that we always profess for everybody is good in the world. So instead of politics, we must now focus on Raj Dharma and how this Raj Dharma has to be executed to look after our own interest and also the global interests if we wish to become a global power in the times to come. Now, there are various stakeholders in this world order and of course in the national order as well. We got to understand their motives. Which are these stakeholders? Resetting the world order or setting the world order. And in tune with that, the national order is being set by certain groups, certain lobbies. Their motives have to be understood very carefully. The second is whether it is domestic stakeholders which are making an impact along with the external forces to influence the internal security, the external security, the economy, the social fabric and the demography. This again has to be studied and understood in very clear terms. Linkages and networks of such anti-national elements which shake hands with the external forces to bring misery to the country, that also has to be understood in the geopolitics. Also, the narrative playing out on the basis of religion, ideology, prophecies, political posturing in the world as well as at the national level. How the politicians, the religious leaders, the professors take positions and postures for different agendas and different motives. That has to be understood. So it basically brings down me to those days when there was colonialism and a lot of slavery. The fight had always been between the aggressors and the natives, between the rulers and the ruled, and it has slowly graduated between the pseudo-liberals, leftists versus nationalists, and it's further going up and up between those values that are being projected as good for the world, but in disguise, obscene profiteering is the motive of these forces. And which are those so-called good values under which all anti-national activities are being covered up? We can understand them, we can correlate with the events that are taking place inside the country and at the global level as well. Basically, liberalism, secularism, human rights, and various other values that you hear day and night. They are good motives, good intentions to do good to the people. But they are actually not achieving their aim because of the obscene profiteering motive of the forces that are playing the game. These forces are invisible and they have a front which we call as our adversaries. So both have to be understood well to ensure our national security and the national interests. The moment you start going deep into these issues, you will all understand the current events that are taking place, starting from the farmer protest to Gen Z protest to student protest to various kind of protest. The latest is Cockroach Party protest. They are directly impacting the national security, and as citizens of the country, we have to take note that such people and forces do not succeed at the behest of others, and they are not working or doing it for free. They are being paid handsomely from the drug money, from the hawala money, and from all kinds of shady deals that takes place behind the curtains. Thank you.
Kindly subscribe D-Day YouTube channel and don't forget to press bell icon.